Hi. So this is what I'm calling my backup podcast, just to talk about life, I guess, because my guests for this week flaked. So, I'm living the dream. I literally don't even know what to talk about, but just in case I can't get a hold of her either today, or I guess just in case I can't get a hold of her for the rest of the week and I don't have a podcast guest, this is my podcast, because I was determined to post this episode this week. And how am I supposed to do that if I don't have a podcast? I don't understand, people suck. I mean, not this person. Love you, this person. You know who you are. I'm not gonna name any names, because when you come back, you're gonna be back. And I can feel it in my gut. But literally, sometimes people are so annoying. There are these people at my job, and sometimes I just want to choke the crap out of them. Why? I know that I'm a certain kind of person and not that everybody likes me, but Jesus Christ, do better, people. If I was the standard, they're like, I don't even know what that meant. Basically, these people suck, okay? I'm trying not to name. Don't mind the paint on my hand. I got really, really, really bored, and I decided to paint on my leg. It was a vibe. So yeah, it's been 2 minutes. What have I talked about? Absolutely nothing. Sorry, let me get back on the mic. This is my journal that I'm going to be writing my podcast scripts in, because every podcast video I watched that was like, how to start a podcast, it was like, you need a podcast script. That way you're not just going off on a tangent, which is basically what I'm doing right now. But basically, so your podcast doesn't look and sound all over the place. So I was like, that's actually some sound advice. Let me take it. And I wrote down this podcast list, and that's all I gotta say. Oh my god, my dirty socks have been on the thing the whole time. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, this is my YouTube wall. It's finally getting used for its purpose to be on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was back in my old channel with the 3 videos that I posted, but they were all tragic, so who cares? Let's see, what can I talk about? Oh, I got my college room assignment today, basically, and my phone is dying. Okay, we're back. I was talking about my college room assignment. Basically, I got in the 4-person dorm with the 4 people that I met at orientation, and they were really cool, so I feel like we're gonna vibe together in this room. I'm excited. My phone is dying, and I'm trying to decide if I should stop, fix that, and then come back. And I also have to, I might, my life is literally falling apart. And it's also not, today was a really good day for me. I had a vibe at work, okay? I got my college room assignments, and I was super happy, because I was like, yes, I'm not with a bunch of randoms who might try to kill me in my sleep. It's a nightmare that I have, that someone's gonna kill me in my sleep, which is why I sleep with a knife under my pillow. Yeah. I actually don't anymore. I used to, but I started using that knife that I slept with to open packages. So yeah, it's no longer under my pillow. It's in a box on the floor. I was talking about my college room assignments. I literally go off on a tangent so much, and this is exactly why I want to start a podcast, because I can sit here and talk to myself for so long. The only problem is, am I entertaining other people? I don't know. But I have two videos lined up. One with my next week special guest, and then one for my next week special guest. So it's either the first person is either week 2 or 3, and the second person is either 3 or 4. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. I do a lot of crazy stuff that makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense to other people. Yeah. These mics are kind of good. Also, that cup is empty. It's very empty. I put it up here as a placeholder because when the other girl or boy, whoever I decide to have on the podcast, whenever they get here, we're gonna like have chairs and we're gonna sit down and the mic's gonna be like down here. Did that make a noise when I moved the mic? I wonder. And then I was like, my cup would be there and then their cup would be there. But I mean, I guess I could also sit over here. Like it's not that deep. So, you know, I could sit over here, they could sit over there. Or I could sit over here and they could sit over there. Either way, the podcast is getting done, so who cares? I'm thinking about not just making this a podcast channel, but to actually do all the YouTube videos that I've always wanted to do, but never had enough money to do because I never had a job, and now I have a job. So I can feasibly pay for all the things that I wanted to have paid for. Yeah. So, like, I have a bunch of those question water balloon videos lined up. One Marvel one Disney one, and just one finished the lyric one, which I feel like is gonna be really fun because I know a lot of songs that a lot of other people don't know, but the thing is I need more than 10 seconds to remember, because when I'm doing like song association, I guess, I have to like go through the entire melody of the song in my head before I can figure out what that song is. So yeah, it's great. It's a vibe. My brain, the way it processes is the one thing that keeps me going. Like, without music, I would literally be like a zombie. And the way my brain processes music is crazy to me. Like, I can be talking to someone and they'll just say a random word that I know in a song lyric, and then I'll sing the song for the rest of the day. And like, I like to quote stuff. I like to tell people that I'm a book of references that no one understands. I literally will say references all day, every day. Like, there's this one from Thor Ragnarok where Loki is saying you had one job, just the one. And so when anybody ever says you had one job, I'll like in the back of my mind, just the one, just the one. Or like from Henry Danger, if anybody ever says I'm gonna blow a bubble, like if somebody's like blow a bubble or I'm gonna blow your mind, like it's just like anything in that sentence, you can just say mind, you could just say blow, and I'll just randomly, you're gonna blow a bubble, I'm gonna blow your mind. It's Captain Man. Like, I'm a child. I'm an 18-year-old child. I'm not mad at it though. Literally, like, it's so random the amount of things that I can just reference. Like, somebody was like, it was a joke, but it was like, oh, she's not an ordinary girl, and then I just randomly started singing the HTO theme song. The HTO theme song. Yep, I started singing the theme song at the place I work. No, the H2O theme song, you know, because just no ordinary girl. Also, I still think that H2O is nostalgia based, and it was a really, really good show, but it was also so old that it made the show lose quality. And then Mako Mermaids was like more on the magic side, but it's just like that show leaves so many questions. Like, how do pure mermaids have all the magics, but then these 3 mermaids only have like one single magic until season 2 when they get leveled up, I guess. But then it just raises the question again, because Evie got her powers the exact same way. No, because she had that 7 moon spell, or 707, whatever. She had that spell when she became a mermaid. What am I talking? It makes sense because Evie was a human turned mermaid. Ricky, Emma, and Cleo were humans turned mermaids, yet they only had a certain amount of power, whereas Evie got the exact same powers as all the Mako mermaids, which is mind-blowing to me, because what? Like, how did you get this, but they didn't get this? And then even in the last episode of season 4 of Mako Mermaids, when Ricky came in and she was showing like her little heaty power, and then everybody else was just being better than her, it's just like, if Evie still had her powers, would she be more or less powerful than Ricky? That was so random. I'm so sorry. That was just the random thoughts that go on in my brain. It's tragic. You know, I wonder if I watched this back, if I'm gonna be like, Imani, what the heck? Like, what did you just sat here for 10 minutes talking to yourself and then went on a tangent about mermaids? Wild. Anyway, you know, I don't know when box lunch became a thing, okay? But box lunch is like the best store ever. So my breakdown is that Zoomies is for skater boys, Hot Topic is for quote unquote emos, and then box lunch is for nerds. Again, that's like, it's just me stereotyping. Like I shop at box lunch and Hot Topic. I've never been in Zoomies though. I don't really see anything in there. Like when I pass by, I don't see anything in there that I would want. Whereas Hot Topic, I went through a phase where I literally only wore black shirts, and where else would you go for a black shirt than Hot Topic? I literally took emo to a new level, but it was fine. It was fine. It was a blast and a half, and I really wish at this moment that I brought a chair in here, because I've been standing up for so long. Should I go get a chair? I'm gonna go get a chair. Okay, so it turns out that this chair is a lot lower to the ground than I thought. So I'm sincerely hoping right now that I can be heard, but just in case I can't, just in case, this is literally the only bro, this literally looks so dumb, but this is all I can think of to do where it wouldn't block my face, you know? So this is the next best thing. This is what we're doing. I 100% thought that this chair was higher to the sky. Yep, higher to the sky. No, I thought it was higher off the ground. And I at this moment though, sitting in this chair, it makes me wonder, how tall is my dining table? I stole this chair from my dining room, but it's like, how tall is my dining table if this is the height of the chair? This, I hate the way this looks. Like, I feel anyway. So last thing I remember talking about is Mako Mermaids, but sorry, I had a burp. I don't want to talk about Mako Mermaids anymore, and I honestly can't think of any other shows that I'd rather talk about. But I would like to say, this is obviously not a normal podcast, because I know most podcasts don't stop, start, which I think I've done like 4 times. This is just me being me. How loud is that? I am Curious George. Literally, like, I can think about anything. I can say anything. I have the most random questions. One of my friends can atone for that because of yesterday, but that's beside the point. Yesterday was also Tuesday for me, because this, if it get posted, is airing on Saturday at 1 o'clock, because I want my podcast to air every Saturday at 1 o'clock. I'm scared about this podcast and for college for the exact same reason. I don't think people are gonna like me. I don't care what all of my friends are saying, like, you're likable, what are you talking about, everybody's gonna love you. No, you're lying. Like, there is not a single moment that someone can tell me that they have always liked me. Like, there's always been that one moment where you wish that I wasn't there. Like, I know it. You can't lie. I've done that. Like, there have been moments to myself where I'm just like, you are literally like doing the most right now. The most. For instance, I can't tell when I'm screaming or yelling or any of that. it sounds like my normal tone of voice. Like right now, I feel like I'm being so quiet and I hate it. But I know that if I talk any louder, A, my walls are thin and everybody in the house would hear me, and B, the mics would spike if they haven't already. But it's just like I'm a loud person and I have an overbearing personality, so I feel like sometimes maybe my friends wish I wasn't around. That is definitely something that I should probably go to therapy for, but I don't want to go to therapy. That's no, never again. I mean, I went once and it was kind of good, but I also didn't like some stuff. I don't like crying. I hate crying. Like, I think it's the dumbest thing you can do. Like, what did your crying solve? Nothing. You literally, and I know everybody's like, it's a way to release your pain. It's like, it makes you feel better. Crying does not make me feel better. It makes me feel worse about myself, because I'll cry over something and just like, I'll stop and I'm like, what are you crying for? Like, was it that deep that you had to sit here and cry about it? What are you, 5? Like, I don't know. I can't with crying. Like, I literally think that people that cry are so dumb, and I am a person that cries. Like, what are you crying for? What did your crying solve? What did it fix? Like, it fixed nothing. You're still in the exact same situation that you were in before you cried. And I get, like, if someone in your family passed away, that's a really sad moment, but at the end of the day, you cried about them, they're still dead. Like, there are other ways to grieve than to cry. I also, one time, a teardrop, like, I was ball out crying, and a teardrop somehow made its way into my mouth, and it was salty. And I don't know if that's like normal or if something's wrong with me, but I don't think that water coming from my eyeballs should be salty. Where's the salt flavor coming from? What? What? No, but what? I got nothing. That was literally blank space that could have been filled, but it's just like I'm still thinking, wait, where's the salty flavor coming from? Seriously. Like, when you sweat, like, have you ever, I feel like that's gonna sound really bad. There's a kid, there's one of my friends on my Snapchat where he always makes fun of me for random stuff that I said. Like, he makes fun of me for liking Machine Gun Kelly. And one time I said that I don't like sitting on freshly cleaned toilets, which I know sounds really bad, but if you let me explain, like, I love clean stuff. Like, that's awesome. It's amazing. But when you first clean a toilet, all those chemicals are still on the toilet. So I literally had just cleaned the bathroom like 2 seconds ago, and I didn't have to use the bathroom. And literally, as soon as I got done cleaning the toilet, I had to use the bathroom. And I was like, you're joking. Because it was like the only toilet in the house that the children can use, because we only have 2 bathrooms, one parents and one that's the kids and the guests. But it was like, I really have to use the bathroom, but I don't want to sit on the chemicals that I just put on the toilet. That's the thing. It's not that I want to sit on a dirty toilet. Like, that's gross. I just don't want to sit on chemicals. I feel like it's gonna break my butt out. And like, what happens? Like, what if I just sat on, I don't even know what I use to clean the toilet. My mom buys the cleaning supplies. I am not gonna do well living on my own. But anyway, like, I'm pretty sure it's Clorox, but basically, if I spray this Clorox on this toilet, is my butt gonna grow a wart if I sit on it? Like, it's my toilet. I shouldn't be scared to sit on my toilet. I'm ranting about toilets. That's amazing. Literally, like, my brain, I can't, like, the way my brain is just going. Why am I sitting here talking to myself? Like, I get this is a podcast, but like, what made me sit here for over 16 minutes talking to myself? And the biggest conversations I've had were about toilets and mermaids. Let me see something else I can say. Unpopular opinion, pickles are gross. That's it. Pickles are gross. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I will love a pickle, but I think I got turned off pickles when I saw other people eating them with a bunch of random stuff. Like, one of my friends, like, a lot of people like Kool-Aid pickles. Why? Wait, why would you mix Kool-Aid and a pickle? Like, is it the sweet and sour taste of it? And if it is the sweet and sour taste of it, can you not think of anything else sweet and sour than a Kool-Aid pickle? And also, it looks gross. Like, why in the world would I want to eat a purple pickle? Like, that's disgusting. Or like the cotton candy pickle. There's so many different kinds of pickles. There's just like, bro, what do you, who has time for this? If you just thought, let me put cotton candy and a pickle together. That sounds like an awesome mixture. One summer, somebody was telling me about whipped cream and pickles. Why would you ruin whipped cream like that? Whipped cream and pickles. Think about it. Let it sink in. That's awesome. But also, I eat some pretty weird stuff too. So, I mean, I don't know. I got turned off of pickles with the whole whipped cream pickle thing. Like, I don't eat pickles anymore. It's gross. But I do eat my version of weird things. Like, I feel like if I told someone else this and they thought about it, like, it'd be weird to them. For a while, I would buy a bag of animal crackers. I don't know the brand, but a bag of animal crackers. And then the Pillsbury frosting cans for, like, frosting your own cakes and cupcakes. But specifically the ones with sprinkles on them. And I would put the sprinkles in the thing, mix it up, and then I would dip my animal cracker in there and eat. And it was delicious. And like, I don't really think that's a weird combination. I just think it's super sweet. And not a lot of people can handle sweet stuff, but I live off sugar. Like, how my teeth haven't fall out, I don't know. How I don't have diabetes, I don't know. Like, it's ridiculous. I legit live off sugar. 24/7, that's all I eat. I mean, not 24/7, but like, I've actually been doing pretty good these past couple weeks. I think I've only had candy like a lot, but not as much as I used to. I used to eat candy literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, it was an issue. And I didn't eat food. Like, I didn't eat vegetables or meat or carbs or anything. It was literally just candy. And then I would be full. And then I got to a point where I started eating candy and Hot Pockets and then candy and noodles, which that's definitely my guilty pleasure. I can eat noodles breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when I say noodles, I mean, I've only had like real ramen, like, you know, the Asian cuisine, like twice. And one time it had eggs in it and it was gross. And the other time it didn't have eggs in it and it was alright. But I've only had that twice. And any other time I'm eating top ramen, specifically the beef flavor. And recently, after I started eating with chopsticks, I don't know what made me do this, but I had my bowl of noodles, right? And my chopsticks. And I was eating hot Cheeto Puffs. And I took my chopstick, I got me a hot Cheeto Puff, I dipped it in the noodle juice, and it was so good. Like, I don't know what about it. It wasn't even the noodles that were good. It was the juicy hot Cheeto Puff. Beef juice and a hot Cheeto Puff. It was amazing. I actually, in the girls' basketball locker room, they used to eat that a lot. Hot fries and noodles, but they were chicken noodles. Gross. I mean, I actually don't have a problem with chicken noodles. I have a problem with shrimp noodles. They taste funky, but that's beside. Why is my nose so itchy right now? Anyway, that's beside the point. Literally, I look so small, but there's nothing I can do. Like, if I move my camera down, how did I go from talking? Whatever. If I move my camera down anymore, you'll see my bookshelf, which I mean, like, isn't a problem, but it's not the vibe I was looking for. Like, I feel like this looks sort of professional. I don't know. Does this mic work? Like, if I'm talking over here, can you hear me? I don't really know how this is working. Like, I'm just talking to the air and hoping that my phone is picking it up. Or this mic, at least. Are you picking it up, Mike? Mike the mic. I name inanimate objects. It's kind of weird, but it's something I do. I don't know, it makes me feel better about myself. I have a guitar that I have no idea how to play. I learned how to play one song. Actually, I take that back because I don't remember how to play it. It's down, down, up, down, whatever. Anyway, my guitar's name is Chad I got it, it was gonna be named Regina Phalange because I thought it was funny. But you know, it's Regina Phalange is a French joke because Phoebe calls herself Regina Phalange whenever she doesn't want anybody to know her real name. But then the one thing I've always wanted to play on guitar, I have no idea how to play it and I gotta learn. But from Sunny with a Chance, there was the episode where it was Dakota's birthday and everybody had to give her a gift, and Chad's gift to her was a song. And that song gets stuck in your head, man. But it's like Chad, Chad, Chatty, Chad, Chad. So my guitar's name is Chad. I told that whole story just to say that my guitar's name is Chad because that song is stuck in your head and I think it's so funny. Dakota, it's your birthday and it shouldn't be bad. So I don't even know the lyrics. So here's a gift, the gift of Chad. So come on everyone and sing along to Chaddy's awesome birthday song. Chad, Chad, Chatty, Chad, Chad. I love that. I wish that Chad made more music, obviously, because Chad was the best musician ever. Speaking of making music, I am an oddly creative person. I make music, but not actually music. I write songs. This is crooked and it's been bothering me. Okay, but I write songs, but they don't have music along with it. Does that make sense? Like I'm writing lyrics to a melody in my head, but the melody doesn't have like a guitar or drums or piano that goes behind it. And like I literally love writing music so much. And I wanted to get a guitar or learn how to play the piano so I can actually write songs, because like I might be biased, but I feel like my music that I write is actually kind of good. Sadly, I have yet to write one happy song. They're all depressing. Every single last one of them. So it started off in my notes. Oh my god, I can remember the first song I wrote and it's literally so tragic, but it started off in my notes, and basically I would get a melody in my head like dun, 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 and then I'd be like, wait, that was kind of cool, and then I would put words behind it, so like dun, 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 or whatever, and then I put words with it, and it would be like song. Like I don't know how other music artists and writers and stuff get their creative inspo for songs, but my creative inspo literally comes from the most randomest places. Like I could be in the mall, in the mall, and just hearing somebody tap, and I'm like, oh, that's a good beat, and then I'll start singing random words. Or if I ever hear instrumental music, I'll try to put words behind the instrumental music. So yeah, so I write lyrics with a melody in mind, and I want to make that into a song one day. I've let a couple people hear certain songs, and I did write a song for my best friend at the time when she graduated, and that was like her graduation present. I listened back to that song and I hate it. It's terrible, but she thought it was kind of good, and I was like, okay. I've actually written 2 songs about her. One when she was graduating, that was her graduation present, and one when I thought we weren't friends anymore, because yeah, literally the first lyrics, oh my god, this is scary. I was actually gonna say the lyrics, but I've like never done that in public before, but I guess whatever, YOLO. The lyrics go, we aren't who we used to be and that's okay. Oh god, that just made me depressed. We are who we used to be and that's okay. We're going where we choose to be, where we will stay. We drift and we fall just to break down the walls. Show me who you really are. Our friendship didn't fall apart, we just grew up. Stop, we're done. I don't even know why I did that. Somebody skipped that, and thank you for skipping that because I shouldn't have started singing. That was tragic. Also, as you can see, when I paused, I wiped off the paint off my fingers. But actually, there is this new song that I've been working on and I love it so much. Okay, let me sing it for you. Oh my god. Yeah, wait. Which song? I've been working, okay, one song I started, never finished, and so it's literally just pieces, and then this other song I literally just started, and so far it's good. I guess I'll sing that one. A couple of ancient spells I learned them all rotten in hell. The darkness beneath my eyes, it's all part of my disguise. The repeated torture I would go through. Now I'm loving this as much as I hate you. This is my new life, I love it, so step aside. You'll never understand, I'm happy without a man. Okay, but the thing is, I also keep writing songs about like love and heartbreak. I have been heartbroken one time in a 2-week relationship, and me and him are still really good friends. So really, was I even heartbroken? Like, was I really just tripping over nothing? This is what I'm saying. Crying for no reason, man. It did nothing. My life turned out okay, even though I was balling out for some weeks. Anyway, so yeah. Okay, let me see another one. Oh, this is another one, and I was singing it at work. Well, I wasn't singing it. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget the lyrics because I forget things easy. But I wrote it down, and one of my friends, she was like, wait, let me sing it first. Okay. I can't stand up. I'm falling for you. My heart is aching. Now I don't know. What else can I do? And she read it. She was like, what is that? And I was like, who said? Who said? Who said you could read my thing? Literally, that's my new thing. I love saying who said. Like, who said? Who said you could? Really? But anyway, so I was like, who said? And she was like, I don't know, I just read it. And then she was like, who is your heart aching for? I was like, girl, nobody. Nobody. I just read it. I don't know it. It came out of nowhere. And I let my other friend read it. And she was like, girl, we are literally on the same page right now. I'm like, like, I am an hopeless romantic, okay? I randomly get the most absurd ideas and things. I have been in love. I have thought I was in love twice. I don't really think I was in love, but I thought I was in love, so you know. Vibes. What else? Oh, but back to me being super creative. I also wrote a book that I am really proud of, even though every time somebody reads it, they say it has grammatical errors. Like, can you stop? Can you stop putting me down? I was too happy about this. Literally, you do not understand how depressed I get whenever anybody says, oh, but this is wrong. What? You didn't have to say that. Like, now I'm insecure about my book. Like, I already don't like other people reading it. I put my heart and soul into that book, man. I literally started it in quarantine, and it took me 3 years to finish because the writer's block was insane. And you want to know what? It wasn't even writer's block. It was just me knowing that once I keep writing, it's gonna come to an end. And, like, it was my breathe. It was my fallback plan. Like, whenever I would get really sad or really bored or really happy or really mad, whenever I would have any extreme emotion, it was just like, boom, put it in the book. Put it in the book. And what do I do when it's over? What do I do? Yeah, my phone just gave me another notification saying it was dying. I charged it in that little intermission that I had, and it legit went to like 30%. Whoever made fast chargers, you lied. I gave it 15 minutes. It should have been at 50. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so it has come to my attention when my phone basically died, stopped the video, and then I had to wait for it to charge. So I watched back the other 22-minute video that I just did, that my air conditioner that just turned off is uber loud. Like, so loud. It's literally, and then like there was a buzzing, and I literally can't with background noises. So the buzzing annoyed the crap out of me, which means I know it's annoying the crap out of one of y'all, but I can't do anything about that. Like, if I turn the air off, someone's gonna get mad, so whatever. Anyway, the last thing I was talking about was my book and how insecure I get when anybody reads it, because I legit, like, that book was my life for 3 years. It was my fallback plan, and it was what I did when I had nothing else to do. And I got really attached to these make-believe characters, which, by the way, I made these characters. I wrote 15 chapters with these characters, and I still have no idea what I want them to look like. Like, one of my friends was supposed to do the art because I printed the book out. It ended up being really big. I wanted it to be kind of small. That's something I'm gonna have to fix. It's okay. It was my first book. I made mistakes. Who cares? Anyway, my friend was asking what I wanted the people to look like, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I knew that I wanted the male character. Oh, that's probably what that noise was, me touching the chair. Sorry, when I watched the video back, there was a weird noise at a random point in the video, and I was like, what was that? But it was probably just me playing with the chair, which makes sense. But anyway, I was like, I know I want the main male character to have like TikTok boy hair, you know, where it's like the swoop to the side. I don't know. There's like several TikTok boy hairs. Like, there's the middle part with the curliness, and then there's like the swoop to the side. And I thought the swoop to the side was like a really cute hairstyle, so I was like, yeah, he can have that. And then apparently I wrote in the book that the boy has blue eyes. I don't remember doing that, so I guess he has blue eyes and curly hair. Whatever. I would love to say that that's a wrap, but I feel like I have more to talk about, but I just don't know what to talk about. So, yeah, I guess that is a wrap. Is it? Is it? Are we done? Brain, can you think of anything else? I mean, the only thing I can think of right now is the fact that I just sang on camera. I've never done that. Ever. Like, I hate being recorded, and I think my voice sounds so bad on camera. I still think it does, but it wasn't like super terrible where I wanted to like myself, you know? So it's whatever. It was me putting a piece of me out there in this probably extremely boring podcast of me yelling at myself for 5 minutes about going off on tangents about toilets and mermaids. Ooh, unpopular opinion, Edward and Jacob both sucked. Jacob was possessive and Edward was clingy. And also, let's be honest, the Twilight movies weren't good anyway. I don't care what nobody says. Somebody was telling me the other day at work, he was like, the Marvel movies haven't been that good. And I was like, you're so right. But still, it's Marvel. Marvel is my life, okay? You can't talk about my life like that. But at the same time, he was right. The Marvel movies haven't been living up to the hype, and the only movie that I can say 100% that did live up to the hype was Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is also one of my favorite superheroes. But that movie was nostalgia based. Like, let's be honest. If Toby and Andrew weren't in that movie, would it have been that good? If the dude who plays the Goblin wasn't in that movie, and the dude that plays Doc Ock, and I was about to say Will Ferrell, that wasn't Will Ferrell. It wasn't even Will Smith. Wait, oh my god. No, it wasn't. I'm tripping. I'm mixing up my black people. But if they weren't in it, would it have been as good? Phase 4 has been really iffy, but in Marvel's defense, they did all of Phase 4 in a year. Like, when did WandaVision come out? Whenever WandaVision came out, because that was the start of Phase 4, and then Love and Thunder was the end of Phase 4. Technically, She-Hulk is going to be the end of Phase 4. And then Miss Marvel just aired its last episode today, which I have some thoughts on that. I don't know. That episode was a lot. but I feel like it went by really fast and it like missed the plot points. Like, I don't know. I feel like the fact that Marvel's doing these 6 episode shows is not getting all that we need to get in that 6 episodes. Like, I stand by WandaVision was good for the simple fact that we got a Wanda story. Like, we had Age of Ultron where we got like pieces of her and Pietro's story, but then we got WandaVision where it's just like, well, now it's all about her. So I liked it. And then we had, what was next? Loki. Loki was good. Actually, Loki is definitely the second best. It was up there. It was good. I couldn't tell you why I thought Loki was so good. Loki's definitely my favorite Marvel character, but I literally, like, something about the Loki show, like, it was funny, it was emotional, it had the action that we were looking for, like, it was good. It was good. And then Falcon Winter Soldier, let's be honest, we all hated that. Until after episode 3, where that dude killed that dude, that's where it got decent. But before that, I was so bored. Like, I love Marvel, and I'm like, if you don't watch everything, you watch nothing, because if that one thing that you missed, you're gonna miss something big, and then you're not gonna understand anything. So I watch everything, but I don't know, Falcon Winter Soldier just didn't do it for me at all. What was next? What If? What If was next? What If was good, but I think What If is definitely third, because it but it asked and answered some of the questions that we were asking. Like, what would I never would have thought to ask what would happen if T'Challa was Star-Lord, but I was definitely thinking about zombie apocalypses and what it would be like for Peggy to be Captain Carter. So yeah, that was decent. What came after What If? My brain is literally fried, like I don't know. Hawkeye? Yeah, Hawkeye. Hawkeye was good too. I think it was funny with Yelena. Like, she's definitely she's up there, my third favorite character. You know, it's Loki, Spider-Man, Yelena. She's really funny. She's gonna be a great addition to the team, but she's very different from the Black Widow that we knew, who was serious. Yelena likes to spark a joke. Like, Hawkeye with the macaroni thing, like, that was so funny to me. Like, it was a good funny scene, you know? And then the elevator scene and the fight scene, like, it was all, Hawkeye was really good, actually. Definitely. Actually, let's bump What If down and Hawkeye up. So right now we have Loki at number 2, Hawkeye at number 3, What If at number 4. My favorite show, Moon Knight. Steven, I'm so sorry, my air conditioning just came back on, so I know it's gonna be that noise. My bad. But Moon Knight, top tier. Stephen Grant and Mark Spector were literally great. Like, if they weren't the same person, the chemistry I guess the chemistry that they have anyway. Like, I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. The chemistry between them was just really good. And then Steven was just like this, not super klutz, but he was just like this adorable little person that's so sweet with this British accent, which I love British accents. And also, I think it's so cool that Mark Spector thought of himself as a British person when he went into his different personality, because I love doing a British accent for no reason. So I connected. And then yeah, Moon Knight was good. That was the whole point of this rant. So it's Moon Knight, Loki, Hawkeye, What If, and then Miss Marvel, which there's a bit in the last episode where I was like, oh, the CGI, it definitely was the chair, but the CGI was iffy. Like, I shouldn't be able to tell that it's CGI. That's what I want. I want to not know that it's CGI. I want to think that the actor is risking her life jumping from a building. You know? Yeah. Is that just me? And then She-Hulk, which everybody's been like, Marvel, the CGI for She-Hulk is kind of bad. Which it is kind of bad, but it hasn't came out yet. So maybe it'll be really good to make up for the bad CGI. How did I get on this subject? how did I get on this subject? I was talking about the person at work but what was I talking about before that? Twilight being a terrible show. Oh, right, Twilight was bad. But it's crazy to me. I want to ask someone else this to see if it's just a me thing, but there's this dude, Alex Myers, on YouTube, and basically he'll watch a movie or a show and then he'll be like, well, this show kind of sucks because, and he literally makes such good points, like just random things about these shows and movies that you've always loved, and now it's just like, oh, well, actually it is kind of dumb. So I want to ask, when you watch a breakdown or like a movie plot, whatever thing, when you watch something or someone else talk about a show or movie that you watched, do you notice things that you didn't notice before? Did that question make sense? I'm just saying, like, even going back to watching the shows that you used to watch in your youth, like, you notice so much. Like, I went back to watch Wizards of Waverly Place. I've really pretty much rewatched basically all of Disney, minus a few things that I never really super duper got into. But like, I went back to watch Lab Rats, and it was just like, well, that just happened? This is really the script y'all decided to use? Or like, bestie, I noticed that you switched out this character, and what was the reason for it? Like, children's shows are kind of dumb when you go back and watch it. Also, I think Dora is stupid. I think all kids shows like Dora is stupid. Do not ask me a question if you're gonna answer it 2 seconds later. Nobody can tell me that didn't annoy them. Oh, what color is the sky? Blue? You didn't even give me what color is the sky? 3, 2, blue? Yeah, I know. Like, what? Or like, she'll ask 3 times where something is, and it's right there. Why'd you ask the second and third time? It's right there. You know where it is. You see it. It's in your face. It's not that far away. And if it was that far away, I wouldn't be able to see it. Should I be that mad about children's TV shows? No. Do I still watch them? Yes. I still think Dora is the stupidest show ever, along with Cocomelon, but that's a different story. Different rant. But I do think that a lot of kids' shows are really dumb in the sense that, don't give me 2 seconds to answer. I'm slow, okay? I need a minute. Just wait, please. Like, it's not okay. Like, and then I guess with Dora doing that, I do that all the time, where I'll ask somebody a question and then I'll answer it myself. Like, at my job, sometimes we have to write the dates on these tops for the fruit cups, and then I'll count out my fruit cup and I'll be like, oh, 7 times 4 is 28. Or I'll be like, hey, what's 5 times 5? 25, thanks. Like, I don't even give the person the chance to answer. Another thing, this is off topic, that I hate though, is when people ask me something and then they do the opposite of what I said, say the opposite of what I said, or do it anyway. Like, I got to a point where I have this friend and she will ask me for like some of my food, and it's like, whatever, take it, I don't care. But she'll be like, oh, can I have a fry? And then just take the fry and eat it before I answer. Like, if you're gonna eat it anyway, why'd you ask? Like, what was it? You just wasted time. You could have been ate it. Or like, they'll, oh my god, my biggest pet peeve is when I say 2 different things and people say yes. Like, I'm like, you want chicken or waffles? Yes. What? Literally just what? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I understand that some people mean both, but if you want both, say both. Don't say yes. That's not an answer to the question. It wasn't a yes or no question. It was a this or that. I just got so mad for no reason. What was I talking about? Oh, but people asking for stuff and then doing it anyway. Like, why? What was the point of you asking me? You're literally just wasting my time and wasting your time. It was unnecessary. Yeah. I have a lot of pet peeves. A lot. And my top 3 though are when I say 2 different things and you say yes. If I'm trying to show you like a TikTok or something and I'm holding my phone, take the phone. Take the book, take the pencil, take the pen, take whatever I'm holding. Because the thing about people is when you show them something, 90% of people, maybe 60, some people don't care, but most people will examine it. Like if I was to be like, oh, look at this book, I'm gonna be like, oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Whoa, But like if I just made that person hold it, it's just like they're just gonna be sitting there like this. Like that's so annoying. So I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, if I like look at this and you don't take the phone, like now I have to stand here while you examine every little bit of whatever I'm showing you when you could have just held it, did whatever you were gonna do, and give it back. I don't understand. Like, is that so hard to just take the thing out of my hand? Like, it's really not. It's really not. Pet peeve number 3. I have long legs, obviously. I cannot stand when people get in front of me when there's this walkway. Don't get in front of me and start walking slow. Don't do it. Don't. I can't. Like, you literally make me so mad. Do not walk slow in front of me. I will step on the back of your shoes. I don't care how nice they are. Don't walk slow in front of me. It makes me so irritated because for every 1 step you take, I can take like 3. So don't stand in front of me if you're gonna walk slow because I get so angry. I have so many pet peeves. Also, if anything with this podcast, I feel like you got to know me more if you didn't already because I went on several tangents. I got mad and I did some fun things, So, I say I did some fun things. What did I really do other than look at the camera in the wrong spot? I'm not even looking at the camera. This is the camera. Hello. I don't like looking at the camera. I'd rather look at myself to make sure that I don't look dumb. Like I did earlier in the first clip of the video where I didn't fix my hair. And then I came back and I did fix my hair and I washed my hands. See, there we go. Tangent again. But anyway, I feel like this video was like me talking and me explaining who I am. Because I'm a very weird person, I guess. That's something. I also do random accents in random times. Like sometimes I will literally just burst out in a British accent. Other times I'll start talking like that. Yesterday, me and my friends were talking about country people, and I was like, do I look like I ride horses? And then I started talking in a Southern Belle accent, and it was just like not good, but it came out of nowhere, so it was funny. So basically what I was saying is you got to know me in this podcast. If you sat through and listened and or watched it, you got issues, to be honest, because you just literally sat here and listened to a crazy person talk for like an hour. So I mean, who's really the issue? Is it me for being crazy or you for listening to me be crazy? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's it. So I'm gonna go. You guys have a nice day or whatever, or night, evening, morning, afternoon. Oh, here's a question. If I'm up at 3 in the morning, is it late or is it early? I'm gonna leave y'all off with that because that literally always, like if I know, like if I didn't go to sleep, is it late because I didn't go to sleep? Or is it early because technically it's 3 in the morning, not 3 at night? Because it's AM, not PM. If somebody could answer that question for me, that would be great. I seriously need to know. Like, it bothers me. Is it early or is it late? Is it mid? I hate that word. I'm ending the podcast just because I said mid. That's it. It's done. Goodbye. That didn't work.